What's up, YouTube? Gonna do a quick video on the garage today. Weather's shitty, so no driving video. Gonna go over the car that's in those videos, my 2003 996 C2, and also talk about a part that I got in the mail today. As far as mods that I've done to it, we got muffler deletes in the back. They make it sound awesome, loud, but awesome in my opinion. And they also take probably 40 or 50 pounds off the back of the car. Moving up from that, we've got the stock wheels, powder coated bronze, sitting on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, 285 35s in the back and 225 40s in the front. The tires are really nice. I haven't put them through their paces, but compared to the Sumatumos that were on there before, night and day difference. So good tires make these cars really come alive. That in concert with the Öhlins Road and Track suspension that's been corner balanced and aligned by a proper race shop, really makes the car handle well on the road. And the Öhlins do a really good job of maintaining some compliance on some shitty roads that we have here around where I live. Other than that, in the suspension, I have adjustable drop links in the front, and most of the suspension is pretty newly refreshed with stock aftermarket replacement parts, so good bushings, pretty well sorted there. The interior of the car, take a walk over, has a Sparco Evo 2 in the driver's seat, stock passenger seat. We've got a NRG hub and quick release, CAE shifter, have a Momo wheel, OMP wheel, sorry, and we have an RSS roll bar on the back. Be making some changes in the interior here pretty soon, but we'll go over those when the parts show up. So one thing, it's always worth mentioning, the CAE shifter absolutely kicks ass. Anybody says that they're not suitable for the road or anything like that, I'd say they don't fucking shift like a man. So direct, it's just something you notice every time you shift. So a lot of money, but it completely transforms the driving experience. So really like it, definitely recommend. So that's pretty much the car. I mean, it's relatively simple, and it's fun. It's fun to drive. It's not the fastest thing, and I'm not interested in doing anything that's going to add a ton of horsepower. Really want, from a engine perspective, try to keep it as reliable as I possibly can, and then remove weight everywhere where it makes sense to remove weight. So that's the car. If you have any questions on that, shoot them in the comments and I'll respond. Moving on to the parts that came in today. So in preparation for a track day and trying to make sure that we keep the motor as healthy as we possibly can, I went ahead and got a LN Engineering 2-quart deep sump kit. So what this basically does is it extends the bottom of your oil pan by about, I don't know, that's maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So yeah, about 2 inches. Adds a really nice X51 style baffle in it, as well as this windage tray. So the additional 2 quarts of oil, a lot of that sits down underneath this windage tray, which is going to prevent it from sloshing around. And you've got these trap doors in the X51 baffles that will let oil in but not out. The kit comes with a spacer to drop your stock oil pickup tube down into that oil that resides underneath the windage tray. So it should receive a pretty good supply of constant oil, hopefully without having it sloshing around. In addition to that, you get the drain back tubes. I think they're from the 997, so an uprated model. You get new hardware for reaffixing the sump plate and some blue Loctite and the RTV for sealing up the oil pan. So I wanted to just get some footage of this out there because there isn't a lot that I was able to find. but it looks like it's a pretty well-made little piece of kit. It looks probably like it's water jet cut. No complaints off the car. So in addition to that, people have said on the forums, dropping down the oil pan 2 inches can lead to some pretty hairy situations since it already sits so low on the car in stock form. So to try to mitigate that, LN sells a skid plate, which I went ahead and bought, and it's a pretty fucking expensive piece of sheet metal, but it's what they got. So we'll put that on as part of the install, try to safeguard against any potential damage of the oil pan once we have it out and about, because I do drive the car in the street all the time, so we can't be putting a hole on the bottom of the pan. And we'll see what we get. I got these parts from Parts Geek, no sponsor or any of that bullshit, but they were about $100 cheaper than getting them from LN, and they also got the parts here in 3 days, and they delivered on a Saturday with no expedited shipping or any of that. So all in all, I was pretty happy with that experience. If you guys want, I can put a video of the install or after video of it out once I get it done in a couple weeks or so. And I'm definitely going to give my review of how it performs on the track. We want to see some pretty stable oil pressures. So we'll go into a little bit more detail in that after we get this thing installed. So that's it for today. Hopefully we'll be back with a driving video pretty soon, probably next weekend. So everybody take it easy.